Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Spooked Coast to Coast. How's everybody doing? Joy, Joey, Jenny, how you guys doing? Everything good?
Everything's good. How are you guys?
Good, good. We just completed Halloween month. How was you guys' Halloween?
It's all right.
Yeah,
was,
we don't really decorate like we used to. We're losing the spirit.
Yeah, but
still going to haunted places and haunting stuff. But as far as decorating, we're getting lazy.
There was more kids this year.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
Yeah.
Oh, and you should have decorated.
And then we didn't decorate. That sucks. Yeah,
That's how it works. The one year they don't.
Yeah, for everybody comes to your house. Like the one year, like nobody's gonna come to my house because nobody came last year, so you don't buy candy. Like people show up, and you're like, oh my gosh, turn off.
Usually we have to chase the kids down, or he does.
Well,
for what?
To give them
to bring them down to our street. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? We kind of live in the back end of our area, and not our direct neighbor, but the one right next door to him. He's the corner house. And what he did, because nobody ever goes to his house, so they'll stop like right at my house, and then they go that way instead of going this way. So he put a big projector screen outside and
started playing movies.
He was playing movies, and he had a table out, and I was like,
cool.
I like this. I was like, let's do this next year. And then next year, Halloween falls on a Saturday, so heck yeah! I was like, let's do like a big ass thing about it.
Let's do some, watch some movies.
Yeah, do like a big
some barbecue.
You know, like a block party maybe. That'd be cool.
Be nice and cozy in our chilly 70-degree weather.
Oh god, it was nice. It was nice. It wasn't that hot this year. Thank God. I have that shirt, Jenny. Hey,
chat room. What's up?
What's up, guys?
Everybody?
Arnie, what's up, Arnie?
You gotta have a
Michael
rocket launcher trick or treater on. He's gonna bazooka those candies to those kids.
Well, Ashley, what's up? Jen A, how's it going? Cindy,
What's up, Yvette?
We got Yvette here. Arnie, and I know I saw Stephen Mella also.
Yeah,
chimed in before. Yes.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Cheaty McGreedy? Cheaty McGreedy. Hey, what's up, Cindy? Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Well, let's get.
Oh, let's a word guy on here.
Kevin, what's up, my brother? How's it
Kevin?
going, man? Well, you know what? Chat room is lively today, so babe, let's get the show on the road.
Yes.
Yeah. November, second day of November, everybody. After eating on this candy, now you guys gonna have like eating all this good food probably for the rest of the month and the rest of the year because it's holiday parties and all this type of good stuff. So I'm eating candy right now. You see what I'm saying?
Once it gets to October, the rest of the year is like that.
Oh my God. I am not trying to gain no damn weight. I'm trying to lose the shit. Anyways, so today we welcome special guest Rob Gutro, a best-selling award-winning author, paranormal investigator, and pet medium, which I'm super excited about.
Awesome.
Rob used to be a meteorologist, but not how you guys think, because we just found this out now in the backstage. Now retired, his former career could help explain how energy is the baseline for how spirits use this medium to communicate from the beyond. So let's welcome, which is super awesome, Rob.
Rob, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me tonight. Good to be here.
Absolutely. Awesome. Let's start how everybody basically starts in your in your bio.
It's interesting. I mean, why not?
I always yeah. You mentioned in the bio that I wrote in the description for the YouTube. So you have all the links to reach Rob is in the description box thingy below. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In there, you mentioned you were a teen. What happened when
we lost Joy? Joy,
come back here, girl. She's coming.
That's what's the best about you guys. We have these little kerfuffles, and you guys get to see it and laugh along.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
So you were receiving messages as a teen. How did that happen? Or what was it that made you realize that you were even getting spirit messages?
Mm-hmm.
It was one big, scary, startling thing. When I was home alone, when I was about 13 years old, with the family dog, everybody else was out. My grandfather, who died 7 months before, showed up, appeared in full color, about 2 rooms away from me, and scared the daylights out of me. And I didn't sit there more than 2 seconds because I grabbed the dog and I ran out of the house. So I learned that when my parents came home, my mother said that we have to talk, and she said she had the ability. She was afraid to use it. Her father, the one that appeared to me, had the ability, which is probably why he appeared to me. And then another cousin in my mother's side also had the ability and used to help police in Randolph, Massachusetts, solve crimes.
Nice.
So that was my introduction. And then I shelved it for a long, long time until I had a puppy. And my puppy was tragically killed at 7 months old when his leash opened, and he was killed by a car. And he reawakened my abilities. He taught me how pets communicate from the afterlife.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah.
That was, so I realized, it took me like 10 years to realize this, but it took me 10 years to realize that actually was his mission in life.
Yeah.
To teach me how pets communicate so that I can bring comfort and understanding to people. And I've brought people all around the world. I've done readings for people. So it's been amazing.
So what I was going to ask. Oh, so if you hear something, it's not any of our stomachs.
It's not coming from the rear end.
Yeah, Rob has his pet dog is right next to him sleeping.
Yeah.
So he's dreaming of bones.
He's so cute.
I
love it.
Do you think prior to seeing him, maybe looking back, like in hindsight, would you have thought maybe you have other signs of spirit trying to communicate with you, but you didn't really like think about it?
Before he reawakened my abilities, you mean?
Not your dog, like your grandfather.
There was
like even when you were younger. I mean,
yeah, no, that was the first episode, and then in 1997, when I went back to school for another degree, I lived in a house that turned out to be haunted. It took me a while to figure it out, and then my aunt started coming through to me. She needed forgiveness from my mother. And I was trying to figure out what in the world was going on. This was back in 97, and it wasn't until 2005 that my abilities really reawakened. So there were a couple of things. I mean, living in a haunted house, having my aunt come through to me as a shadow figure, begging to get forgiveness from my mother. Trying to figure all these crazy things out. But once I started getting signs from my dog, and I was able to confirm a lot of things, then I started going into historic places and seeing what I got to try and test myself. And that's how I began to develop my abilities.
I am curious. How do they talk? How do they talk like we're talking? How does it work?
So for pet communication, what they do is they will give everybody signs the same way they did when they were in the physical, when they were alive. So you may hear their nails on the floor. You may hear them snoring, like my dog is snoring right now, my living dog. You may hear them bark or meow or whatever, depending on whatever animal it is that you have for a pet. Those are just some of the signs. I mean, they'll jump up on the bed. They may nuzzle you. You may feel them. But as a medium, they come through to me and they can repeat words that they've heard because they're energy. So I've heard a lot of words, and the words are everything that they experienced. So, for instance, one story I like to tell is a little dog that came to me and kept mentioning the name Taylor Swift over and over again, out of the blue. Now, I'm old, so I remember, excuse me, Taylor Swift when she started out in country music. That was a long time ago. But I haven't really, I don't really listen to like current pop music. So the dog kept repeating the name, and I'm like, okay, I'll put it in the reading. So I typed it up. I type all my readings up, by the way. And the pet mom wrote me back and said, it's funny that the dog mentioned Taylor Swift 3-4 times. My daughter, every time she comes home from high school, she takes the dog upstairs into her room, closes the door, plays nothing but Taylor Swift music. And she's also been told she looks like Taylor Swift. So this dog was totally immersed in Taylor Swift.
That's pretty funny.
And that's out of the blue that, and I've never had another pet tell me about Taylor Swift.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually feel like our dog, because we put our dog down a year tomorrow. Actually, I'm trying not to be emotional talking to you, but I feel like she came through and like gave me a sign somehow. So what you said was interesting. We don't, as investigators, we don't really think about animals, until you like put 2 and 2 together. So I really believe that they do show. After that, I really do feel like they do come through.
And they come around usually and give signs around birthdays, anniversaries, and holidays, just like humans do, because those are the times when our emotional energy is elevated and we're thinking about them more. And they can sense that from spirit because they're energy too.
Right.
So, yeah.
So you mentioned something I didn't know, scheduling, Rob, that tomorrow would be a year anniversary of your date. Yeah. Pretty I don't know. It's pretty interesting. So
not
because I gave Rob 2 dates. and this one kind of worked out. I was like, oh, right, better. And then he picked out this one.
All right, let's move on from the date. Try not to get emotional. I'm just kidding.
Joey, picture or something.
Totally fine. No, cool.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask you, like, is there really a major difference between like human and? So is there only dogs? Have you communicated now?
Cats. Yeah, other animals.
Yeah, other pets.
Dogs, cats, rabbits, birds, horses, ferrets, pet rats, gerbils, you name it.
Is it so? How is it? Is it clairaudiently, clairvoyantly?
So they can. Some of them can repeat words that they've heard. Others show me pictures, images of things. Others will make me feel like pain of death, or something that led to their death. For instance, a woman wrote me this past weekend. I did a reading for a woman who said that she wasn't exactly sure what was responsible for her dog's passing, and she told me that her dog had contracted a toxic blood. She had toxic blood disease, or there was toxins in their blood, and they didn't know how that came about. So as I was looking at the dog's picture and connecting with them, suddenly I felt like something bit me on the ankle. And I thought, what in the world is that? And then I heard the word tick. I thought, okay. By the way, the reading I was doing was from a woman in South Africa. So I thought, wait a minute, does South Africa even have ticks? I don't know. We have them up in Maine here. So, and I stopped and I wrote in the reading, I'm going to stop and I'm going to Google this to see if you have ticks. And it turns out they have 9 different varieties of ticks. And then I thought, okay, let me Google the different types of diseases, blood diseases that ticks will pass on. And I found one that matched all the exact symptoms that she had listed. She said the doctors didn't know what killed their dog. And then when she wrote me back, she said, oh my gosh, my dog was limping on his back leg in the months before he died. So it makes perfect sense that he was bitten by a tick there. So yeah, and so pets have communicated the way they pass. I felt my back collapse. I felt heart problems. I feel heavy breathing, kidney failure, all kinds of things. And this is the way the pets will share the way that their proof of identity with me.
Damn, and I feel like pets, pet dogs and cats even, because my dad accidentally ran over our first cat back in the day when I was little. They die in such a horrible way, hit by a car or something like that. And then to feel that, pretty bad, like I would hate to feel that, feel how they died, I guess, what I'm saying. That must be like really hard on you, I think.
It is. And that's why I do readings at home in front of a computer and type them out, because they're not only can they be somewhat painful, but they're very emotional.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do.
Some pets can connect to me immediately, and I'll start crying. And it's not a good thing to do a reading for somebody and it be a mess. so it's easier for me to do it this way.
I get you. That's one thing. I'm like a big cupcake. Joy is too. She's emotional. I'm emotional. Armando, not that much. But
I'm emotional about myself. I'm not emotional in front of people. I try to.
Sometimes
if I cry in front of you, it's because I couldn't hold it.
I'm freaking always crying. I cry for
when it comes to pets, right?
My emotion is anger, not.
Mine too. That's me. Yes, that's exactly me. So if you see me crying,
I cry for everything. Anyway,
no.
How would you control, or what is your best way to control, especially during investigations? Like I've cried during an investigation because I think spirit made me feel that. Like they were feeling, and I couldn't even control that. I was like, you have to get off me. Like, is there something that you do? I guess maybe to not have that happen, or to like poo-poo that away.
Poo-poo. I love when you say that. Poo-poo.
No, I actually just let the dog or cat or horse or whatever just convey their emotions. And, because I'm sitting in my office in the dark by myself, typing up the reading, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I want to be able to share that emotion with the pet parent.
True.
To let them know how truly loved they are.
Yeah, I have a question that it was mainly from before. Somebody had, me and another mutual person, 𝗍𝗃. Tom Collins.
Tommy.
Yeah. So when we had talked to him one time, he had asked me about seeing a spirit cat, and then I had seen a black cat, spirit cat, and that was the first time I ever seen that. So we were wondering, like, what is that? Because I don't know. I don't feel like a lot of people have seen that, but now I'm talking to different people. I've seen it pops up here and there. Is there maybe in this location we have investigated numerous times, seen it one time, never saw it again. That night happened to come through actually in a portal session, like the spirit box session,
right?
And it meowed. And I was wondering, have you heard or what could that be? Like if somebody sees like a black spirit cat, is that something? Could it be just a regular spirit cat, or is it something more?
Oh, and if I can add to
he
that
wanted to
too,
know that
when you saw it, you saw at one instant like the front half, and then you saw like another time that was the back half.
Because I see spirit like that. Yeah.
So there are a couple of things. There are a couple of aspects of this to provide an answer. The first thing is that 99.5% of all of our pets cross over when they pass. And I call the ones that cross over spirit. I call the ones that stay behind as earthbounds ghosts. So that's the way I make a distinction. It's unusual for a pet to stay behind as an earthbound ghost, but it's not impossible. I have run into 5 earthbound animals.
Do you know why the ones stay?
I'm sorry?
Is there a reason why they stay?
Sure. Normally the reason they stay is because they're very, very attached to their pet parent, and they're hesitant to go on the other side. There was a little dog that I ran into in what is now called Johnstone's Museum in England. When I went in there, he was a famous British architect. When I went in the museum, it used to be his house. There was a little black and tan dog running around that I saw. And I said to my husband, that's weird. They have a dog in this museum. He's like, there's no dog. So, like, okay. Turns out I asked the people that work there, and they all have seen this little dog named Fanny. They had a giant portrait in another room of Mrs. Soane from the 1800s holding little Fanny on her lap. And that's the same dog that I saw.
That's
You saw it before you saw the portrait. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So Fanny likes to stay behind and greet people at the door. And that's why she stayed behind. That's her job. So whenever somebody comes in, she still greets them.
Nice.
The reason we see pets sometime in shadow, I explain this in terms of energy. Ghosts, earthbound ghosts and spirits need energy to get strong enough to communicate. When they have enough energy, they can appear visibly in full color, like my grandfather did. When they don't have enough energy, they appear as a shadow, just like a light bulb that's turned all the way down on the dimmer switch. You can see the outline, but you can't see anything else. So that's why, to me, it's all about energy. And that's why you saw a shadow cat. That cat didn't have enough energy to draw from, probably, to make a visible appearance.
For me, when I saw it, I didn't see it as a shadow. I saw it like a cat. I thought it was a cat in the room.
Oh, you did? Okay.
But the thing is, you know how sometimes when you see spirit, maybe you don't see like the full body, maybe the waist up or like down. So that's how it came. Like the back end was wrapping, like doing like this to one of our friend's legs.
Yeah.
And then the second time I saw it, it did that, but the other end, like in the side of the bathroom, and I was like, but then I noticed I was like, it was only half, and I was like, you know, obviously there's no cat there. I even asked the museum lady, and she was like, no, I have no idea. And I was like, when we had asked during the portal session, I saw, you know, we didn't notice until after it was meowing during the session. And I said, what are you? And it said angel. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I was just wondering, I was like, maybe you have seen, other people have seen black cats specifically. Like, what are they? Are they good or tricksters or, I don't know.
Nope. They're just cats. They're just cats. And they're not evil. They're not anything weird. They're just cats that got either left behind or cats that are visiting for some reason. I did see my dog Buzz after he passed. I saw him probably 3 months after he passed. I had adopted another Weimaraner. And I was, it was at night, it was like 9:30. I was making lunch for the next day, and I saw the butt end of a Weimaraner walking away from me, and I thought it was my new dog Dolly. So I called to her, and she didn't answer, and she didn't stop. So I dropped what I was doing, and I followed her into a room that had no exit, and there was nobody there. It was Buzz. I followed Buzz.
Wow.
So, by the way, in my 4 Pets in the Afterlife books, I want to just mention that all
please.
my dogs are on the cover. So this is Buzz.
Oh,
Buzz is Weimaraner.
That was Buzz.
What's that?
That one was Buzz?
This is Buzz, yeah.
Ah, okay.
That's this is Dolly and Franklin, and they both passed in 2020, 5 months apart from each other.
Ugh.
And over here is Sprite. He's another one. And they all have a chapter in each book because they've all sent amazing signs to me. So,
is that a German Shepherd behind you?
There's a German Shepherd. Yep.
Yeah.
Where is he? He's over there. That was not my dog. But and then there's another book, Pets in the Afterlife 4, that I wrote for all the cat parents. This is specifically about cats. Pets in the Afterlife.
Very cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cat people. Actually, I wonder, in the chat, can you tell me if you have pets, are you a cat person or a dog person? Actually, I would like a poll. I'm interested in that.
Full time, guys. Just right here, dog person or cat person, or both.
Put the emoji. And so during an investigation, have you ever encountered an animal spirit maybe using a spirit box, like I had mentioned, or like trying to use a piece of equipment by any chance?
That's a good question. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good question. And the answer is no. I have not. So I just really use my head, and I let other people handle the technology. So, but I have encountered a couple of ghost animals. There was a ghost cat that brushed by me when we were trying to take care of another paranormal issue. A man that was haunting a place. And when I told the homeowner, she said, "Oh yeah, we've known about this ghost cat. We don't know who he belongs to, but been here since we moved in." So there was a dog that decided to stay earthbound in one particular investigation, and I helped cross them over by helping open a portal of light and taking an actual begging strip and throwing it into the portal of light, and the dog went in after the treat.
Oh my God.
Nice.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Of course, the treat fell to the ground physically, but the dog went after the treat.
Yeah. So I'm safe to say you carry them during your investigations, maybe.
Well, I always have poop bags. I'll tell you that. The dog bag.
Yeah.
So do you think they can? Are they able to manipulate devices like that, in your opinion?
Yeah, they can. And they usually get help from a human
Gotcha.
to do that. Yeah.
We have from our good friend Stephen and Mela from Black Smoke Paranormal. So Stephen asked, have you ever tapped into anything human on a pet session?
Oh, all the time. All the time people come through that are waiting for the pet in spirit. All the time. Usually it's grandparents, could be a parent. I've picked up on spirits from miscarriages that someone had. Just all kinds of people come through, and that's every day. So although I specialize in pets, I work with people all the time. But only the earthbound ones, the ghosts, because I try to cross all the ghosts over. So I decided years ago that I was not ever going to do a human spirit reading, because the last one I did was way too traumatic for me to type up. I can explain that if you want to hear it.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, please. Yes.
Okay, so I mean, being sensitive, as you know, people on the other side will tell you all kinds of stuff that is just sometimes horrific. So, because I do my readings by email only, I got an email from a woman that I didn't know. I didn't know where she lived. I only knew her first name. She wanted me to connect with her dad, who passed. All I knew was the dad's first name and the father's picture. And the father came through to me, and I have to type this up to somebody I don't know. I didn't even know where she lived. And it was awful. I mean, he was physically, sexually abusive. He was an alcoholic. He would beat her. And these are the things that came through. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't send this to her.
Yeah.
And finally I decided, okay, I need to just send it to her and tell her, I hope I am not connecting to your father. And she wrote me back and she thanked me for it. And then she said, everything you said was true. And she said, and the father came through begging for forgiveness. And I said, after that, never again. I am never going to do human spirit readings. I'll help earthbound ghosts, but people have too many hangups on the other side. I only want to talk about love and pets.
Yeah.
That's when I made the choice.
Nice.
Rob.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Joey. You were gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say it's nice. Yeah, you set your own barriers.
Yeah, definitely.
And you stick to them because you don't want to affect your mental health. All that stuff comes into play. So.
Yeah, it's like PTSD. Trying to connecting to somebody that did all of these awful things, and then trying to tell their daughter about it. That was just too much for me. So
Yeah.
pets are nothing but love and happiness, and some of them are grumpy. They do come up. They do come through grumpy. But,
Can you imagine being a grumpy pet?
there's some cats that have been really
The
grumpy.
cats, right? Okay. I was gonna say I gotta be a cat because I've never seen a
That's
grumpy
probably
dog. Really.
the best cat I ever seen in my life. I'm a dog person. I'm biased, but grumpy cat to me, that was the funniest thing during that time period ever.
Right.
Rob, I did have a question. Now that we're on the topic, and for the most part, I know spirit animals. They are, if they are earthbound, like you were mentioning, they just want to be with their owner. And things like that, and just want to see the best for their family. But I was always curious to know, like, what happens at that point when family brings new pet into home. Like, does that make the pet that passed sad, or what happens
maybe
there?
Do they leave?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, great question. So some things I've learned is that, number one, your pet in spirit will normally lead you to the next pet they want you to adopt. Number two, they will appear in spirit to the new pet, and sometimes they will train the new pet from spirit to do something they used to do, so you know that they are still around. So if you see your new pet that may never have met your other pet in life do something they used to do, then you know your pet is around in spirit. And I will give you an example in my own family. In 2020, our dachshund Franklin passed away. Franklin was this little red, smooth dachshund. He was the most stubborn, bullheaded little guy. And he was the only dog we had that ever growled, and he would show his teeth. And so after he passed away, we waited probably 8 months, and we are online looking through all the rescues, and my husband settled on this dog, Cody, who's a Dachshund Terrier mix. An absolutely adorable, beautiful looking little dog. He was 10 years old in the rescue, so we decided to adopt him. He's the most stubborn, bullheaded little thing, just like Franklin. And he growls all the time, just like Franklin.
No.
So I know that Franklin has been teaching him.
Oh, wow.
Teaching them all the bad habits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a good habit.
Yeah, exactly.
Cute.
As long as he's not pooping everywhere, I guess it's okay.
There you go.
Yeah, well, our 17-year-old can do that.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that when a pet passes, they're instantly attracted to another dog, like it's that they're calling, like the pet calls them to the other animal.
Mhm.
Similarity, yeah.
Yeah, they will do. And sometimes they will lead you to another dog that is different from them, or a cat, or whatever. There was a woman that had written me after I did a reading for her, and she said that she had a black and white dog, and she said that she decided that the next dog they adopt was not going to be black and white because she only wanted her girl to be special, the one in spirit. Went to a shelter. They found a dog who was light brown and fell in love with the dog. And they put a deposit on the dog so they would come back the next day, pick it up. When they came back, that dog had been adopted by somebody else in error. So she said, okay, well, we still want another dog. They said, we have the perfect dog for you. They brought out a black and white dog. And she said to me, I specifically did not want to adopt a black and white dog, but I fell in love with this dog when I saw them. Why did that happen? And I said, because your dog in spirit wants you to have that dog, so you will also know that your dog in spirit is also around you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. I know for sure. I'm done. I don't want no more dogs.
Yeah. You know, when you're done, you're done.
I'm done.
See,
Yeah.
and
I don't even want to fish. Okay. I want nothing.
That's beautiful.
You can get a stuffed animal.
Yeah. That. Yeah, if they end up passing, I can't handle it. I don't want no more. Nothing. Nope. I can't.
So speaking of stuffed animals, that's another thing that sometimes they have given me. So I did one pet reading for a dog who kept telling me about a blue toy, and then he started talking about an elephant, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if it's a blue elephant or if it's something blue that he loved, like a blanket or something, but there's something an elephant. So the pet mom wrote me back and she said he had many toys he loved, including this picture of the blue elephant toy. So that blew me away. I love getting those confirmations.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No matter how strange the message is, you got to say it because you never know why it means
You
something.
don't know if it means something. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there was another. There was a cat that I did a reading for, and I said that your cat is going to give you a sign of a heart. And the mom wrote me back and she said, I don't know anything about a heart. She said I was going crazy trying to figure out anything about a heart. And then she said, I realized that I had the cat's paw tattooed on my arm upside down. And when I looked at it in the mirror, the main pad was in a heart shape. And she said she had no idea. But that was her cat acknowledging the tattoo that her mom got.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you actually something just came into my mind. Have you ever? I've heard one person, a medium, actually do this, but it was. Have you ever found or helped find somebody lost pet? Can you?
Oh yeah.
And that it's not that they've not died.
So it's harder for me to connect with living pet energy than it is with pets who passed, because I need a picture of the pet and then I try. But I did in one case. I'm usually able to direct people to go to a certain area. I need a map of where they live, like just a regular map, and where the cat was last seen. And then I can pinpoint what direction they might have gone based on my work as in animal rescue for the last 20 years. I know that they always go toward water sources. I know that they always go toward the sun. Usually they go south for the most part. They also go toward food sources. So water, food sources, and south. In one case, I actually did connect with the dog, and I said, your dog has gone this direction, and the dog is in a field and can't get up. Something about the dog not being able to get up, because I connected to a dog in spirit who told me this. And they went out into this field, and sure enough, the dog had broken its leg in a field and couldn't get up. And they found the dog. I was astounded because I don't do that, but I got help that time.
That's awesome. Yeah,
that's cool.
That's awesome.
I wish I could find lost pets.
Yeah,
but you would know, like you would pick up if they passed while they were lost during their. Yeah.
I've done that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really hard.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
So being a former meteorologist, what has been your experience where you can explain that kind of career intertwines with being a paranormal investigator and how it's helped explain, how spirit use energy and manifest themselves and stuff?
Yes. So energy is the foundation of the paranormal, in my opinion, as a scientist. And I think that over time, we are going to use the science of energy to explain the paranormal, so it will just be normal. Mm-hmm. What I've learned from talking to people and pets in spirit is that when we die, when our physical shell dies, the energy within us, if you think of cell splitting, if you think of our thoughts as little electrical impulses, those energies couple with our memories and our personality. And then we make the choice. We choose either to cross over and become a spirit, is what I say, or stay earthbound in a fixed location that either we're familiar with or where we passed away, and that's an earthbound ghost. But these two entities both use two different types of energy. So they both use the same physical energies of heat, light, water, and electricity to get strong enough to communicate. And they can manipulate. The difference is that spirits of our loved ones use love, faith, and hope as positive emotional energy. Ghosts, earthbound, use negative emotional energy of fear, anxiety, depression, and anger. Those things fuel a ghost. And I always tell people that if you have a ghost in your home, they're not only feeding off of that, but they're emitting it. So the living people also feel fear, anxiety, short-temperedness with their partner, and so forth. So it's all about energy to me. I know it's kind of long-winded. Sorry.
No. Because we feel like when it rains or that type of thunder and storm energy right before an investigation, it amps up the energy. Or when a train passes by a location, that type of energy going through there, that like kinetic energy also like shoots out some type of something that they can use, like you will get a burst of activity or something,
Yeah. So for instance, somebody just asked me this last week that a hurricane releases a lot of kinetic energy, and it's like every 20 minutes, the energy of 10,000 nuclear bombs over the storm's life cycle. And that, the energy within a hurricane, if we could harness that, we could power the entire U.S. for like 10 years out of one hurricane or something.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because you live in Miami, right? There's a lot of thunderstorms. A lot of thunderstorms. Mm-hmm. So 1 bolt of lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun. It's 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Think of how much energy is in 1 bolt of lightning, and that will enable earthbound ghosts to communicate more. So.
Yeah.
So you saying that, I don't know if anybody on here, I know somebody who's been struck by lightning and survived, which to me, I talk about him all the time. How the hell, you know what I'm saying? Because, and then I imagine like, what has that done to his body or his brain, or even like spiritually after the fact? Because this is when I was in high school. So my friend's brother, he got struck by lightning in a field walking towards McDonald's, actually. But think about that, like how all that bolt of energy went through him and then survived that. Like, that's crazy.
Did he have a heart attack or lose any toes or fingers or?
No, he didn't actually.
Is you talk to him? Like, is he like normal?
No, I don't talk to him now. I haven't. He's alive. He's alive. He didn't lose any limbs. He was knocked out for a while. They found him on the field. They didn't even know, he was just walking by himself. So they saw him on the side of the road, and that's what happened. He was kind of like, I think some of his clothes were like black.
Yeah, of course.
But, to me, it's just crazy, like that he even survived that.
The lightning bolt got him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm terrified of lightning.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
And we all should be. Really, and water conducts electricity, so that's why they tell you to get out of the water, because if the pond or pool or whatever gets hit by lightning, you're going to get
fried, pretty much.
You're going to get electrocuted.
What is that? Suzuki? What do they call it? I don't know.
Who?
Where you cook meat in water, you boil it.
Sous vide?
I call it Sudoku because I can't remember what it's called.
I have one of those. Never use it.
My neighbor, he gets so mad at me. He's like, "It's not Sudoku." I'm like, "Well, that's what they call it.
It's not Sudoku."
She's playing Sudoku.
It's not Sudoku.
You become a Sudoku in the water if you're in water with electricity.
I think that's amazing. People who get struck by lightning and survive, like, you know,
That's very rare, right? Is that very rare?
It is rare. There's actually organizations throughout the United States about lightning strike survivors, but people have lost limbs. People have developed seizures that they have. They've had heart attacks. They've had brain issues. There's all kinds of repercussions that they've suffered. People have had their toes blown off, for instance.
Oh my gosh!
And there's I know there is actually there is one park ranger in Maine that was actually struck 31 times. And somebody's watching over this dude because he's still alive.
They probably like, get the hell up out of here! I can't do this anymore.
31 times, different times, or like,
yeah, because he's a park ranger, and you know, he's always out. He's always trying to save people. So I read that about 10 years ago. I was astounded by it.
We need to know.
It's a real life Superman, and he's never gonna die.
No, maybe it wasn't like intended to kill him. Like the God of Thunder was like whipping him with like a blanket, like a towel. Like
that is nuts. Oh my gosh. For investigating, during investigating, what has been your favorite place to you have investigated? Blah blah blah.
My favorite place.
Other places that you've been to.
Oh gosh, I've been through a lot. I think recently I've been on a number of investigations that are in historic places. One of my books that came out this year is The Haunting of 𝗵𝗡 Estate. It's in Weymouth, Massachusetts. We encountered 3 ghosts of different walks of life there. One was pretty nasty, and the other 2 were innocent. And also Hunt Memorial Library. That's actually my next book coming out, nice. where we help 2 ghosts cross over and find peace. So wherever I can get ghosts to find peace, those are my favorite places.
Good. Any? I can hear my kids. Any anything creepy, or you have any experience that's like been the creepiest during an investigation where you're like, whoa, that kind of spooked me?
Oh gosh, yeah, there's been quite a few.
That you can share.
Sure. The one that creeped me out the most is a place that after I left, I would never go back. I was working with the Inspired Ghost Tracking team in Maryland, and we went to a historic tavern, back from the 1700s in it was 𝗿𝗂𝗽𝗀𝘆, Maryland. I think it was called the 𝗿𝗂𝗽𝗀𝘆 Tavern, as a matter of fact. And I sensed a really hostile male ghost that had been there for a couple hundred years. And he just made me feel uncomfortable. So after the investigation, when I got home, the manager of the group called me with a recording and said, you have to hear this recording. And I want to know what you think. And it clearly was a male voice that said, kill Rob.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, I'll tell you what I think. I'm not going back.
Yeah. I'd be like, no.
I'm good.
I said,
wow.
I said, so good luck with that.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna catch me.
Yeah.
Do you think he was just trying to scare you, or why do you think that?
Well, probably he was nasty in life, and he kept his personality. So yeah. So one thing I found that's interesting is that earthbound ghosts maintain the same personality they had in life. If they were nice in life, they're going to be nice in death. If they were a jerk in life, they're going to be a jerk in death. But spirit, people who cross over to the other side, that's different, because they gain an awakening that some of the things they did or the way they lived was wrong here on earth. So that's why a lot of spirits that come through in medium readings, like that abusive father, ask for forgiveness. Because they develop an awareness that their behavior was wrong. But ghosts don't get that opportunity. They can still be a jerk in the afterlife.
Yeah, definitely. So so some of your books are here in the background on that we can see. You have is it 4 books on pets and 5 books on spirit right now, or is it added on? Have you added on?
So I have 13. I have 4 series of books actually. So 4 are pets in the afterlife. And one is specifically about dogs, one is specifically about cats, and then the other 2 are about any domesticated animal. Number 1 and number 2. And that's not a dog pun, number 1 and number 2, just so you know. Yeah. It took you a minute. Another series is called Ghosts on a Medium's Vacation, where I've gone to England and Ireland and the Birdcage Theater and run into dead people who want to tell their stories. So that's a mixture of history and hauntings. Then there's another series called Ghosts versus Spirits, the earthbound ones in paranormal investigations versus spirits of loved ones who have crossed over. And then a new series called The Haunting Of, where I go to certain places with my new paranormal investigator partner, Monique Toussoon. And we do investigations and we try to help ghosts. So 𝗵𝗡𝗏 Estate, The Haunting of 𝗵𝗏 Estate, this came out this year. Nice. And she's a lot of fun. This is going to sound crazy, but she's a drag queen who decided to go on paranormal investigations in drag for the first time after doing it 15 years. And she's a tech whiz. When COVID hit in 2019, 2020, I can't remember. She couldn't perform anymore. So she said, I'm going to do this in drag one time, and I am going to see what the ghosts' reactions are. And the activity was through the roof. So she started doing it more and more. And I met her at a Paracon. She wanted a pet reading. She and her husband had a dog that passed. I did a pet reading for her. And then we've been on several investigations together. That was my first book with her. I've got another one coming out in January. I have 2 other ones that I'm writing with her from investigations. And she's funny. And that really helps when you're on an investigation because it...
boring. It's boring.
Yeah,
it's boring, yeah.
It can be boring. And I was at a paranormal conference with her and in Connecticut this summer. And it was like 96 degrees outside. Whoa. And the conference had no air conditioning.
No.
And she's a hoot. So they had these giant fans. And she said, she walked over to the giant fan and she sat down and she picked up her skirt and she said, I'm cooling off.
Oh my God. I love it.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
Everybody just burst out laughing.
So fun, yeah.
So anyway, but she's a tech whiz. So that's my new series of books with her.
Well, that's neat. So I really like the ghost versus spirit book series. I would definitely like to look into that. Because I just find that interesting. I think a lot of people get confused and would like to learn more the differences and stuff.
I think what it is too is that, well, as far as I don't want to speak for everybody, I can't like what we've experienced. It almost seems like ghosts, they're just afraid of the consequences of their, things that they've done in life, and they just like, no, I'm staying here because I'm scared of, what's going to happen to me over there.
Some just don't want to. They want to. We've encountered spirits too that, or ghosts, whatever, that just like being in the dark. They don't even want to. Yeah. They don't want to look for the light. They like the darkness. So that's why we see them in. We've had spirits in random fields. Like, hey, why are you here? Because they like the dark. They even complain about like camera lights. Wow. We've got that. So they like dark, and that's like lower energy spirits.
So Mondo, I totally agree with you because I've talked to a number of earthbound ghosts that have said that they've always feared crossing over because they think they're going to a bad, fiery place. And everyone I've talked to on the other side said there's no such thing as a bad fiery place. There's 3 levels of the afterlife on the other side, and it's all peace and calmness and love and acceptance. And people who did bad things in life usually choose the lower level, and then they try to work through forgiveness from the living people that they hurt. That's a lot of the reasons why people stay behind. They totally fear going across the other side. And I find that most people who are very conservative in their, devout in their religions, whatever religion it is, tend to be the ones that stay behind.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say
totally opposite of what I would think.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to ask do you find that people who are really, really religious are the ones that like, maybe that makes them mentally like stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of
it scares them to be an earthbound ghost. And I always tell people that being an earthbound ghost is like being in an isolation prison cell for your entire afterlife.
Yeah.
Do you think the people that don't want to cross over are still like they still have unfinished business? Like they want to tell you something, they just don't know how to, there's something they still need to finish before they move on.
Yeah, some of them do. I guess everybody has a different reason for wanting to stay behind.
Yeah.
But, so my advice to all of your listeners is don't stay behind.
Yeah, right. Go to the light. Yeah.
Be like a dog, cat, horse, bird, whatever. You know how dogs and cats in our home can sense when a good person comes in and they run over to them and let them pet them or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's why they cross over, because they can sense that there's peace in the light. And that's why they cross over, because they know that there's nothing but goodness on the other side. I always say that people are not that bright. We're not. We try to overthink things, and we're like, well, maybe I shouldn't go.
Yeah.
We make it complicated. We complicate ourselves in our daily lives. You know what I'm saying? So imagine that.
So are animal spirits able, once they cross over, to come back?
I find that they wait for us on the other side to make our transition easier.
Okay.
And a lot of people have said, well, my new dog is doing the same things that my old dog did. So my dog is reincarnated. I know they're reincarnated. But again, that's not what dogs tell me. They tell me they come back and they teach your new dog to do things that they used to do. So, and it also, a number of times I will connect to a pet who tells me they're an old soul, which means that they've lived before with us in a different lifetime. And they're always going to be connected to us. So that said, they will not reincarnate in this lifetime. So generally, I find that pets do not reincarnate in our lifetime, even though we want them to sometimes, but it's not their mission. Like Buzz. Buzz died at 7 months old. And his mission was to teach me how to communicate with pets so I can bring healing to people around the world. So,
have you ever been to a pet cemetery? I know it sounds random, but
I have.
Just to see what you get. Yeah,
I went to one in Maryland, but I find that cemeteries are not haunted. However, when you do go to a cemetery and you are there to honor somebody, their spirit from the other side will come back and visit and send you a sign that they're acknowledging your tribute to them. One woman told about visiting her son who was killed in the war of Iraq. She said that he loved dragonflies, and when she went to visit his cemetery, there was a swarm of dragonflies only around his stone when she was there. So she knew that he was there in spirit when she was there to pay tribute to him. So, cool. So yeah, I don't find that cemeteries are haunted generally. I find that people generally haunt places that they knew in life. So I don't know how many people love to hang out in cemeteries when they're alive, but
investigators. I don't know.
Us, right?
Not me. I'd rather haunt a nice location than be in a cemetery. But no, I feel the same way. I generally I think cemeteries are very quiet, actually.
If I pass Universal Studios, I'm coming to you.
And so, being that your partner, she likes a lot of tech. Is there a piece of equipment that you like? Obviously, not yourself, an actual piece of equipment that you are more fond of, that you like most being used in an investigation? Is there something that you prefer?
So I think I like the thermal sensors because they detect hot and cold, and and I explain cold spots too, energy wise, because what ghosts are doing is they're drawing the energy of motion of air molecules. They're drawing that energy and they're slowing those molecules down by taking that energy away. And fast moving molecules of air are warm air, slow moving molecules of air are cooler air. And that's why we get cold spots whenever a ghost is trying to get strong enough to communicate with us in a certain area. So thermal sensors, I think, are like a meteorologist's favorite.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Well, meteorologist, yeah.
Again, I explain everything in terms of energy. So I'm always thinking that way.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm a nerd,
I think that's neat. So for the people in the chat, I don't think we mentioned it. You're a meteorologist for NASA.
Mm-hmm.
I retired.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh no, we did mention that because we said
Yeah.
Never mind, we did mention that because Arnie wanted me to ask you about 3i Atlas. I was like laughing at that.
So actually, I understand that when it went around the other side of the sun, it showed more of comet behavior by showing a streaking tail. So that's all I know about that. I'm not in the know. And as a meteorologist, I talk about weather, not comets or asteroids.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
For crossover spirits. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wanted to mention one thing. I thought I saw somebody say something about water, and I have found that the most haunted places and haunted towns are usually located near water, whether it be oceans or streams or rivers or ponds or something like that, because water energy really helps them manifest.
Yeah.
There's a town in Maryland called Ellicott City, and Ellicott City is an old Civil War town, and there's two rivers that run right through it, and it is definitely the most haunted town in all of Maryland because that water energy continues to fuel all the ghosts that are there. So
I always wanted to go to Maryland and up north and Maine also too. I always want to go up there.
Yeah.
Well, don't go to Gettysburg because it's overwhelming as a medium.
Oh,
Totally
Gettysburg. Oh, we went not last year, the year before, and like the same day. 2024. Yeah, it was 2024. Last year. Damn. Anyway, it seemed like 2 years ago for some reason. The same day that we went upstairs, put our bags in a room, leaving the room, going downstairs, I saw something, a guy just like at the foot of the stairs, like behind him. And I was like, I did a double take and then like nobody, I was like, well, that was fast because I mean, normally it takes a while to like something to start appearing, but no, like that place is just freaking haunted.
Yeah, we even that night going back to our room, we heard like something following us up the stairs, but there was nobody with us.
Yeah, and it's a giant space. It's very wide. Yeah, I'm like, this is cool. It's one of the old hotels there, the Eisenhower.
The Eisenhower Hotel.
Yeah, and I want to go there and spend more time because it's so much to see there. You cannot see it in 2 days at all. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite place there?
My favorite place is not to be there because it's too overwhelming. It's like 10,000 people screaming, 10,000 men screaming at me.
Oh, wow.
And and it gives you an instant headache. It's the energy is oppressive and heavy, and dark. So I've been there twice, briefly, and I can't go back.
Yeah, it's
the second day we were there, the main day that we were there, say we got there Friday, Saturday, the beginning of the day, I just woke up with a headache. I told him, I was like, yo, you got to go get me coffee or something. I can't deal. And I was not well until like a whole hour. No, a couple hours into like the event we were at. We were at Gettysburg Bash.
We were at the Gettysburg Bash. Yeah, it's a paranormal con.
And yeah, my headache. And I was telling somebody else, and then that lady had a headache too. And I know she's a little bit sensitive. And I was just like, I can't tell if it's the people here or it's just like everything. You know, it's just a slosh of everything.
It was too much for her.
But it felt better afterwards. But it's a lot of energy there. What's up, Dantex?
What's up?
Yeah, she needed her Dunkin' coffee.
I thought it was a coffee related, but I don't know. I understand when you say like it's heavy. I can see that. We went to the bridge. I can't remember the name of the
Sachs Bridge.
Oh, Sachs Bridge. I kind of want to say I think something followed me back from there, and then it lingered around for like a while. It went back. But I thought that was interesting. I'm not sure why I did that. I don't know. It was very weird. Like the whole place is kind of weird.
I thought we had I was happy about it because I thought that was the bridge from Beetlejuice, but I ended up researching it. I wasn't even in the right state.
I wanted to ask you about crossing over spirit. So have you found that some spirits are like stubborn? Obviously, they don't want to go. Yeah, we kind of mentioned that. Mm-hmm. Is it always the same situation for every spirit? Do they all cross over the same, or do you have to like do something different for different places or locations, or even maybe pets? Well, no, pets, begging strip, whatever.
Right, that was it. Just the begging strip. So yes, trying to cross a ghost over is really difficult because it's really, you have to be it's almost like being a marketing person. You have to. Here I am as a complete stranger to this earthbound ghost, trying to tell them that they can find peace if they listen to me, a total stranger who wants to help them cross over. So you have to win their trust. That takes a long time. There was in one case, we helped a burn victim who had followed a nurse home. Because she wanted to get help from the nurse. Long story short, in my book Case Files of Inspired Ghost Tracking, I call this the burn ghost. There was nobody in the house when we came to investigate it. Woman, the wife walked in, and suddenly there was a ghost with her. And the ghost showed me burnt, singed black hair, and an earring melted into her ear. And I said that to the woman, and she said, "Oh my gosh, I know who you're talking about. I am a nurse at one of the local hospitals. I work in the burn unit, and I know the girl that you're talking about." And so that female ghost kept following the woman home from the hospital because she wanted help finding peace and crossing over. But she waited too long at the hospital because she was confused. So I always tell people that when we first die, our energy is at a peak. Think of us as a battery with our energy at peak. And then over time, just like an ever-ready battery or Duracell, that energy level drops. And when it drops to a certain point, we don't have enough energy to open the doorway to the other side. Mm-hmm. So that's why ghosts need help crossing over, because they don't have enough energy. So we told her that we would help her. And what's fascinating about that particular case is the nurse called the hospital to get the woman's name. We got the woman's name, so we were able to address her by name. We were able to connect her to a grandmother figure on the other side. When we opened a doorway to the other side, she was able to go over and cross over. Whenever we cross people over, we always feel a burst of warm air. I'm still trying to figure that out scientifically, but that's always what happens. We crossed another ghost over in a restroom. Don't ask.
Nurses are haunted, okay? Like they have that energy.
I have experience with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, it is selling it. And it's hard to win their trust. I mean, like I said, you're a total stranger, and you're trying to tell them what's good for them, and they're not always going to believe you. So some ghosts we've had to leave behind.
That's true. I mean, in some locations, it takes a while for spirit to like warm up and then start even interacting with us. So imagine trying to cross them over. They're gonna be like, "Go away! Who are you?" Or maybe they're scared. They don't know what the hell you're trying to do, or I don't know. That's weird. Going back to the religion thing, maybe they think you're like doing some witchy stuff on top of that. Like we've gotten called that too. So it's a whole combination of stuff. It's very interesting. And is there something that you do? I wanted to ask you for protection before investigation or for like readings, so you don't have like that type of residual energy at your house.
So when it comes to doing readings, because I connect to spirit, it's all positive energy, it's all love, and that can linger as long as they want. But when it comes to investigating earthbound ghosts, because they're negative emotional energy, there are precautions that I take. So I envision myself surrounded by a cocoon of white light, positive energy before I go in. Sometimes I will play music that I can sing along to before I go on an investigation, so I can feel good. Other times, after an investigation, it's always recommended to take a shower. Water energy is purifying. Come out and touch a tree, ground yourself, get all the negative energy to go into the earth. Or we eat chocolate after an investigation because it raises your endorphins and makes you feel better inside. So positive emotional energy.
Chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
How about gummy bears? I like gummy bears. I'm not sure.
You can do gummy bears, whatever makes you feel good. So, yeah. So those are the ways. Oh, black onyx, by the way. Somebody introduced me to black onyx as a protecting thing that absorbs negative energy. So somebody gave me black onyx, and I bought a couple more, because I've actually wound up giving one to a person at 𝗵𝗡 Estate. This was an investigation. It was a public investigation, and one of the earthbound ghosts adversely affected one of the people on the investigation emotionally, and I had to give her this black onyx, and we had to take her out of the room where the ghost was, because the ghost was trying to control her and make her feel miserable. So that's a crazy story. It's the 𝗵𝗡 Estate book.
Wow. You never had never, well, I'm assuming no, but like ever dealt with somebody or something with like not possession but maybe oppression, like you were saying, like that spirit was trying to control them, like something more darker?
No, not really anything that was dark. I say that people maintain their personalities, so there have been some pretty nasty people that stayed behind because they were nasty, and of course they're afraid to cross over because they think they're going to a bad place. So they're still nasty in life, afterlife, as they were in life. So
I could have swore I heard a female breath go something. Nobody heard that? I gotta watch this shit back. Play it on your phone. I could have swore. I don't want to lose this. 114. Go back on your phone. I'm gonna mute it.
114, 14, now
13. Yeah, I could have swore I heard go back. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Hold on. I'm gonna mute it. Keep talking. Sorry. I'm gonna watch it on the phone. Hold on.
I did have some going back to pet mediumship. So there's a movie. I'm not sure if it's come out or it's about to come out. But I'm definitely, and I'm not the horror buff she is. I'm more of like the slasher, like the Freddy type of thing. We just saw Black Phone today. Never saw it before. It was pretty good. But there's a horror film that's coming out or has come out. I'm not sure, called Good Boy.
It came out.
It came out already. So it's about a canine that's protecting his owner from like bad spirits and things like that. It's a horror film.
Scary movie.
I do know that in life, our canine friends, they do protect, you know, their owners, children, things of that nature. How about after they've passed? Is that something similar as well too? That they still protecting the family, you know, in case if there's a, I don't want to say demon because that seems to be the go-to word whenever there's anything negative, but like a negative entity, spirit, attachment in a home. Are canine pals still there to kind of help us in that sense, even though they passed on?
Yeah, good question, Mondo. Yes, absolutely. So they act as protectors. It could be a dog, it could be a cat, it could be a horse, it could be a rabbit, it could be anything. And what they do is they will influence us to make a better decision and steer us away from something that will be detrimental to our mental or physical health. So the way that people can feel those things is to just trust your feelings. If your head says one thing and your heart says another, trust your heart.
Could be her.
Yeah.
Because positive emotional energy, like the spirits of our dogs and cats and horses and so forth, they will make us feel. They will use emotions to make us feel what if something is wrong or right. Just like they can figure out if a person is good or bad when they come in your door. So trust your feelings.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
It might have been you, Jen, by the way.
You're like a ventriloquist. I swear to God.
But I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. You say something, and then as soon as you say it, it's something right after it. But like it doesn't. I don't see her mouth moving. I don't see her mouth moving.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. She's like a ventriloquist. Well, she would make a damn good ventriloquist.
Jenny is better and funnier than Jeff Dunham, I guess. Yeah. Is what we learned tonight.
Like woke me up. I was like, what?
Oh my God,
Rob, I wanted.
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say thank you for your time. We really do appreciate it. You've been like a book of knowledge for us because I've always thought this was an interesting topic, and just recently finding out maybe in the past year that this was a thing, and then for you know, you and Jenny to have worked out to be on the show, I was super excited just because this is something I've always wanted to touch on and kind of develop more knowledge on it. So I really do thank you for spending your time with us, educating us and our viewers as well.
Can you tell everybody so the new books that you have coming out and where to find your books so they can see them?
Sure. So this past January, I released Haunting of 𝗵𝗡 Estate. I recommend that one because there's 3 crazy ghosts in there. Ghost of Linville Manor, I just published this one 2-3 weeks ago. That's Maryland's most haunted house. I did an investigation there. And coming up, I'm going to give you a sneak peek at the next book cover. This is Haunting of Hunt Memorial Library with Monique. That was insane. That's where we did our book signing for 𝗵𝗡 Estate, did a public investigation afterward, connected to three different ghosts, 3 different levels, 2 crossings over. It was crazy. People can find me at robgutro.com or petspirits.com, and then I'm on Facebook and all the other social media hoo-has.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Joy, where are you, girl? Joy.
There
she is. I'm not used to being out of frame. I'm used to him popping out of frame. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. Yeah, Rob, thank you very much. Oh, and you know what? We were talking about this topic a little bit earlier in the episode. You know, to anybody that watches the show that has relatives or anything like that that were affected by Hurricane Melissa, everybody on the screen, you know, we send our best regards to you and your loved ones. Hope you guys are able to get through it because I know it affected Jamaica, Cuba, and I'm not sure the trajectory afterward. But
I don't know after Cuba, but yeah, Jamaica got. I mean, that thing was massive. Yes.
And being Jen and I, we were around in '92 when we had the worst hurricane of our lifetime, Hurricane Andrew.
Yeah.
That we can relate, and we feel bad for you. We just send our best wishes to you guys. Rob, thank you again. Thank you for spending time. We don't want to take more time away from your canine friends and your husband as well. And we hope to catch up with you later with your paranormal now adventures with Monique.
Yes.
To get to hear more about that and catch up with you in the future.
That would be great. And by the way, I was my specialty at NASA was hurricane science. So I know all about them. Yeah. But thank you all for having me. It's been such a pleasure to talk to all of you. And I think we could go on and on for quite a while, but hopefully I'd love to join you again.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, definitely. We would love
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We'd love to catch up with you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, thank you very much, Rob. Have a great night.
All right. Good night.
All right, good night.
Night. So thank you everyone for your questions, guys. You are awesome. We kicked off November month amazing. I'd say we all learned a lot today with this episode and speaking with the pet medium. Joey, you guys have anything for the good folks?
Wait, yes, next week.
Oh, Saturday. Yeah, don't forget.
So, and if Michael and Ashley are on the episode still, check out their latest video that came out earlier today.
Yes.
Yes. By the way, I hit my notification, Limestone, and I didn't get no notification. And I logged on. I'm so sorry I missed it. Yes.
Oh no. Me and Ashley were talking about that YouTube, even if you have, I had missed the last video.
Yeah.
So I said I hit the notification thing again, to kind of redo it. And I did get it today, but I don't know. YouTube is wonky, so
I think that happened with Haunting Angels too. Yeah, I think I popped on Haunting Angels late. I don't know. One of the videos.
Same thing happened with me with the new reality.
Yeah.
So that episode I saw, but then they came out on Halloween Day. I didn't get any notification.
I didn't get a notification
at all. So
it's like picking and choosing who it sends out, I think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, next Sunday we won't be here. We're gonna be off. Reason being is because Jen and I,
Cindy, don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
Saturday.
Yes, we will be on live next Saturday around this same time.
Yeah,
we will be investigating. You guys can get to see how we do, and Joy will be there. Asking questions, investigating my own Miami location from LA. So that's going to be a first for them as well. So guys, please be sure to tune in. We would love to see everybody there live. If you guys have any questions that you want us to ask during the investigation, please feel free to do so. Joy is going to man the chat room that day.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Rob, you're an amazing guest. Thank you very, very much.
Absolutely.
Guys, you guys are awesome.
So so the place we're gonna go to next week, I say let's just start at 6. We'll do it 6. We'll keep it 6. I don't know. What's a good time for you guys? Chat maybe Saturday. I don't know. What do you think, Joy? 6?
Well,
we are gonna be
there in our car. Remember, because we're gonna be driving.
Yeah.
So whenever,
All right. So we'll keep it at 6.
Yeah,
it's just going to be Saturday night, and we'll be live at a place. And then, so how we always investigate, and Joy is live at her place. It's going to be the opposite. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, you guys saw an amazing investigation that our great co-host Joy and Joy did at David Ullman's house.
You're too kind. You guys were part of it.
Fantastic.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. He saw a brief cameo from The Rock.
The Rock showed up. I don't know. Y'all gotta watch that.
And it was not Dwayne Johnson. We saw in 1990s The Rock. Okay, he took the DeLorean back in time, baby, and we got him on Spooked Coast to Coast.
Wait, are we gonna announce what we're gonna introduce, or you want to wait on that one? Do you remember? It's up to you. We can wait.
Yeah, we can wait.
Yeah,
we have a special announcement for you guys, but that's gonna be later on. Don't worry about that. It's just
an ad. It's not a special. It's just adding to it.
Just something different, yeah.
Yes.
But next Saturday we do have something special for you guys. We're cooking up a new recipe for you guys, and it's gonna be Jen and Mondo 305 Paranormal investigating.
Yep.
Post railroad.
I didn't want you to say where it was at.
I said it last week. And I'm saying it again.
I was hoping everybody.
You guys will see. It's in a location that we talked about last year, and we were wanting to help, to create awareness on that location so that way it could be saved. They're still, doing their thing and hosting a lot more events nowadays. They're doing way better. So I'm excited for you guys to see one of our favorite locations. But until then, please remember, if you want to get spooked, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and please feel free to comment on this episode. Tell your friends, tell your family, watch Spooked Coast to Coast. We will see you guys next Saturday. Shout out to Rob Gutro. Saturday, 6 p.m. Deuces.
Bye.
Bye.